Every great creative work stands on the shoulders of giants. Welcome to RetroInspection, where we examine and find out where the things we love today came from.
But yeah, listen, Macaulay, he ended up living, I think, until the
59.
50s.
59.
I think we'll have some footage of where his last known residence was. It's actually a famous building on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
But he was a confirmed bachelor, so Zorro the Gay Blade kind of works out in the end.
So that was just because people use that code phrase doesn't mean
Right. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, wink, wink. Um,
you should get some we should get some footage of Louis L'Amour's house.
yeah, I could probably do that.
Eventually I'm going to talk about him on Evil Mind.
Okay. Well, you have to tell me where it is, and I'll get that for you. But
Away.
so Macaulay did this thing where I think it was his lawyer or his manager or something.
Talk about that whole business.
He willed Zorro to his manager or agent or lawyer, and that family has been in charge of Zorro ever since.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Zorro Productions Incorporated argued that it owned the copyright to the original character because Johnston Macaulay assigned his Zorro rights to Mitchell Gertz in 1949. Gertz died in 1961. His estate was transferred to his children, who created Zorro Productions, Inc. That whole stink came between Zorro Productions and Fireworks Entertainment because there was a TV show called Queen of Swords that used a Zorro-like character. I don't think they didn't actually call him Zorro, but that TV show took place in Spanish California during the the early 1800s, and there was a guy in it who was effectively Zorro. And they also this is about the same time in 1999 they sued Del Taco. Yeah, this is almost like a Walt Disney level of pettiness in its copyright enforcement.
it's look, they have the rights. I don't begrudge them that, but after 100 years,
There's a counter position to that because there are apparently during the whole thing with Fireworks, there were documents still extant that Macaulay had transferred rights to Douglas Fairbanks Sr. in 1920 in order to do the first adaptation. And that was further legally affirmed in 1929. So even if you putting aside the original book's copyright going, the Fairbanks estate may actually have a legit claim, and there is apparently documentation to that effect, but nothing has come of that in the last 25 years.
That's
yeah. Oh, they sued Eminem in 2010.
It's 100 years. The character is well established worldwide as a popular cultural figure.
Yeah.
Macaulay had no family, no real heirs.
No.
The character is a gift to the world at this point. Why not just? Anyways, that's a philosophical
thing means the money.
Yes.
Dynamite apparently doesn't have the comics license anymore.
No, I saw on their website that they have assigned some other comic book company
a couple of different ones. Gold Key had it back in the 50s and 60s because Gold Key did all the TV adaptations.
Well, too bad, comics are essentially dead, so they're not making any money off of that anyways. But they are making money off of some sort of theoretical Broadway musical adaptation.
They sued a guy who tried to do one on his own.
It's-
10 or
well,
15 years ago. Amazing. I don't think they sued Isabel Allende. However, that's the thing that I find a little strange.
I don't know anything about that particular case, but they license it to Amazon. They licensed the Zorro character to Amazon most recently,
Well, I'm
and
sure that
Amazon.
well.
Well, they did a Prime Amazon Prime series
Oh, right.
with Zorro, with one of the stars of Elite from Netflix, and um,
Oh, you're right. Yeah. They and yeah, 2024 Spanish TV series produced by Sequoia Studios for Amazon Prime, starring E. Miguel Bernardo. 10
yeah,
episodes.
yeah, it's really not very good. I watched it.
They
It's
did
yeah,
French,
no,
apparently there was a French one done at some point that's on Paramount Plus.
huh? Well,
There was one in 2009 in the Philippines. There was a French cartoon. There was a Japanese anime version in the late 90s. And in 2007, there was a telenovela that was on Telemundo.
well,
112 episodes.
Zorro Productions, is it?
Yeah, Zorro Productions Inc., not limited.
They are really they're cleaning up at least. I don't know how much they're getting for
To
these
the extent
rights.
possible, which, is something that a lot of people get into when they talk about this, like, is this character still relevant?
Like, subscribe, repost, share everywhere. To see what else we're up to, visit xynobooks.com, xenobooks.com.